So what happens when Disney messes up Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? We're talking about Wendy Wu.
Oh, you stole that from me.
You are now listening to The Backseat Critics, the movie review podcast.
Welcome back to The Backseat Critics. My name's RJ.
My name's Andrew.
And Andrew stole my intro today.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
I don't know what's
I'm
in your
not
water.
sorry.
No, you're not. One bit. You have no... like, over your face, you have no remorse. You're just like, yep, I just did that. No remorse. I just stole the intro.
I've asserted my dominance. Bow down.
Yeah, bow down to the other one listener that we just lost. Now we're down to 0 listeners. Thank you.
What are you kidding? We've been doing good. We've been doing good. We're down to 19 listeners.
Andrew, your dog doesn't count.
18 listeners.
The rats that you're playing this to in the apartment does not count either.
Oh, no. We've got nobody listening to us.
And it's your fault.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I've messed up.
No, okay, I'm done.
All right, so this is a podcast where we talk about movies that you should steer clear of. Today we are talking about Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior from 2006, I believe.
That would be correct. 2006, Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior, with the famous, wonderful Brenda song from our wonderful movies that we did review in the past from High School Musical. No, she's not from High School Musical. I lied. She's from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Okay.
So we have not reviewed her yet.
Okay.
Now that I think about it.
I was going to say, she looks familiar. I've never seen Sweet Life.
Oh, no, wait. You know what? She was in one song. Or one song. She was in one movie that we did review that has never made it to actually the channel because we did it terribly. So
she was apparently in Hocus Pocus.
No joke, was she?
I'm looking at it right here.
You know what else she was in? The Ultimate Christmas Present.
Oh, yeah. She was was it the neighbor? Or the friend?
The friend. Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned. Maybe an upcoming episode if we redo it.
Yeah, everybody wants us to redo that one. They haven't even listened to it yet. And they're like, yeah, that needs to be redone.
Please, don't put out garbage.
That's what it was. It was straight trash, and this is why we're a tiny bit better.
I mean, the movie was trash, but I mean, our podcast was trash at the time, too. Still is, but it's better trash.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's for you guys.
Well, Wendy...
We're all trashy people here.
Homecoming... Well, speak for yourself, sir. I am something special. My mommy says I'm special, okay?
You're special like the box an action figure came in and still ended up in the trash. You're special. You've got a special place in somebody's heart.
I can't believe we're best friends and you should call me trash. I don't know how to feel
I'm
about
trash
this.
too. You called me trash. We're even.
No, I didn't. I said I'm special. I am special. I didn't say it was a good special, but I am special.
So one interesting thing I thought about this movie was apparently it was shot entirely in New Zealand.
I could see the different vibes. I thought it was California, actually, but I can see how it can be in New Zealand looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking about the guy, her boyfriend, the character of the boyfriend.
The blondie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of the other characters and actors in there, it's just kind of like, now that you say that, I'm just like, yeah,
stuff makes sense.
Like all the blondes in there, I'm like, okay, yeah, these are definitely, like I thought it was California, but no. If what you're saying is true.
I'm looking at it right here on Wikipedia. That's only the truth. Apparently this was also the number 1 Disney Channel original movie in Disney Channel Japan.
They wish that they never made it now.
Really? Yeah. We'll get to that. $5 million on this cheap movie.
You can tell it was Power Ranger-esque.
CG was brutal.
Yes.
All of the special effects were brutal.
I think there's one scene in particular where they have like
Are we talking the finale? The Dragon Ball Z like little blast she does?
I was thinking before that where her best friend, the friend was sitting from the school and all of a sudden dark clouds come across, and you can tell that
she's like summoning it in. Yeah,
she is from a green screen. That was totally green screen.
Yeah, it was.
Like you sat there and you're like, she's not from a building.
Yeah, there was so much garbage in this. There was when the villain of the movie, I forget the guy's name.
Yeah, don't ask me. I
don't know. When he first appears, he's like a little cardboard box guy. He looks like Kanye West in that one music video. He's just all boxy.
Oh yeah, no, the whole movie watching it, you're just like, yeah. I mean, it's all bad. There's nothing to save from this movie. I mean, are we just going to trash on this movie?
We're just going to trash on it unless you've got something to say from the get-go.
No, what I think is crazy is that a couple of the scenes is the one where he's like, hey, teach me a way to avoid football. Because he asked the monk, or Brenda Song, the main character's brother, asked the monk, hey, can you teach me a scene from when tacklers come at the side, my coaches need help? He teaches them this flip over.
Oh yeah. Was it that like little bicycle kick thing?
Over to like the side?
Yeah.
If you do that in football and you go up in the air like that to avoid a tackle from the side, I guarantee you someone else is coming from the other side smacking the crap out of you. Without a doubt.
You're getting a concussion.
No, you're getting worse. You're flying.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Your ACL's dead. Like in the air, it's dead already.
But it's cool. I like this theme of Disney movies and like kind of sort of skirting the rules of football here. We had the zombie movies, and he's roiding up.
Supreme.
Yeah. This movie we're talking like some karate. Yeah, during like
she does it during soccer even. So the OG football.
Yeah. Also, props to that goalie that ate the soccer ball that she kicked. That was a cool little wire pull. That was the one where I'm like, okay, that's cool. That was the only one.
That's the only scene that you liked, or the only thing?
No, that was like the one stunt, the one wire pull. Where I'm like, okay, that's cool, that's clean. There were so many fight scenes in this where they would do like a little wire pull, or
you have to though.
I mean, you would have to, but they would cut away. They would cut away for the impact, or they would replay the same impact over and over again, and hope we would forget that it's the same impact we've seen 5 times in the same fight scene. So that was disappointing. Like if you're going to spend the money, have a wire pull and just a wire system in general. Like show the hit, show the impact.
I mean, it's Disney.
They're still showing the impact, but like run it all the way through.
It's Disney. They can only do so much. I mean, I would like to blame this on Bob again, but this is a different Bob. Actually, this is Bob Iger's time period. I believe. Now, Bob Iger is okay, and he kept Disney prices. He did jack them up a little bit, and so he wouldn't have ruined my Blue Bounty Bayou or my Goofy's Kitchen. But this is coming out after I go to Disney, isn't it?
This is going to be during your trip.
Hey, Bob, you see me in a UCLA hat. I expect the Blue Bounty Bayou and
happy ending.
Goofy's Kitchen. I wonder what would happen in Disneyland if you just go, no, put this on Bob's tab.
He knows I'm here.
He knows I'm here. Just Bob, he's already said, have you heard of the Backseat Critics? We got 20 followers. 20 listeners.
Well, you might have heard of us.
I'm kind of a big deal. People know me. Put this on his tab.
You should carry around a Sharpie with you and just start signing everything.
It's crazy. One of the podcasts I listen to, they go to Disney. They frequent Disney, and they actually have.
Is this the one I'm thinking of?
Yes.
Okay.
And they actually have people come up to them, and they do autographs in Disney.
Oh wow!
People come up to them. They're wearing their gear and stuff. Like, oh, you're so and so, and he goes, yeah, I am. And they go, sign my shirt. Okay.
Hey, also stay tuned, folks. We might have some gear coming.
Oh, okay. That's
soon,
a surprise.
Soon, like month and a half out. But
oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
I'm staying tuned.
I mean, thank you. Appreciate it. We need that. We need that listen.
You got one person, and your dog.
Yeah.
But these scenes, or those stunts, you can tell that they had. They were balling on their budget for this. I mean, maybe New Zealand was a cheap place to film. was a hotbed to
Maybe.
film for a while.
Yeah.
Maybe
I mean,
those
this is
actors
coming
were
off
cheap.
right off the heels of Lord of the Rings.
Exactly. And Hidden Dragon, Crouching Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
So, I gotta give it the props to the monk actor in this. He actually, the way he talked and some of his comedy, it did remind me of Jackie Chan a little bit. Like a young, early Jackie Chan.
I completely agree with you. I'm going to go out on a limb. I think that he was the best actor. Strongest actor at the time in this movie.
You can tell Brenda Song, like she was actually probably the highest billed actor in this. Probably the best actress in this. But you can tell she just wasn't in it. The way she was acting, you're just like, Brenda, you do better in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
I've got to watch this. I've got to watch this to see like what she looked like when she's actually acting.
In her, that one, she's just an airhead, a rich airhead. So
Oh.
that's not too hard to do.
So we start off the movie and there's an artifact. It's in the museum.
Oh my gosh, can you sound so much more dry about this? There's an artifact in the museum.
There's an artifact in the museum, guys.
And there's some terracotta warriors.
And the mom works at the museum, and a little orb thing takes control of people, and it goes from guard to brother to dog to teacher to
Trying to
coach.
kill Brenda Song because Brenda Song is supposed to be the protector of the universe, but she doesn't know it yet, and so a special monk is supposed to teach her how to fight.
Right, because the movie somehow believes that all Asian people are good at karate.
And reincarnation.
Mm-hmm. I thought the weird thing here was, and I know that they kind of played it off different, but if you're going around possessing people, why wouldn't you just stick with one of the coaches? Like, they're going to be the most, like, physically fit. If you're going to possess somebody, wouldn't it make sense to be with somebody who's fit?
Who says that you didn't even need to go through the people at the school? I mean, if you're going to actually want to go and say the most physical fit, like, person, why don't you just go for one of the athletes in the school?
Yeah, absolutely.
They're probably more physical fit than the coach.
Why not branch off from there? There's got to be, like, a local sports team.
But no, that's what I would have done, is gone after one of the high school athletes.
Also, that dog running across town to possess somebody else and apparently wake up confused.
Why not get a pit bull? Turn yourself into a pit bull.
There we go.
Why don't you...
Eagle.
Why don't you take over? There's got to be a local zoo. Why don't you take over?
Tiger. Let's do some tigers.
Tiger. I would be an elephant. Have you...
Elephant?
Dude, elephants are nasty.
No. Orangutan. Those things will rip you apart.
Have you heard about elephants lately?
Oh, I mean, killing their poachers? Yeah.
Wild elephants? No, like...
Also, bravo, elephants. Good job.
No, elephants, like, especially, like, teenage boy elephants are the worst. The absolute worst. There's, like, something out there right now where teenage boy elephants just rage. They'll actually kill some of their pack, and it is bad.
Huh. Still, orangutan.
Or old male elephants.
I've heard they get kind of territorial and crotchety.
They vary, and they'll just start to wreck everything.
I could see that. But
I'd be an elephant.
But like what we're saying, like why not go for a zoo? Why not go for a local sports team?
You lay down on her, she's dead. As an elephant. Done.
Do you think he knows if he possesses somebody? Do you think he carries over that bit of knowledge? So if somebody knows how to drive a car,
No.
Okay.
I think yes. Do they know how to drive a car? I think yes. That's an oversight that the movie probably.
So why not just hit her with a car?
Probably. He could have. Actually, I don't know. He seemed kind of dumb.
He couldn't speak until apparently the very end.
Yes. He seemed kind of dumb.
Yeah, because spoiler alert. Apparently, homecoming was the most important thing to this girl, Wendy, and her homecoming opponent was who was the last person who was possessed, and she was the first one that could actually talk.
Yes.
I don't know why. I legitimately I've got nothing. Every other person that the guy possessed talks at some point in the movie. So it's not like they weren't paid enough. Anyways, you want to talk about some sets?
Let's get into some sets. Sets. Let's talk about sets, baby.
Just you and me. All right. So sets. This is going to be a little section where we talk about our favorite sets. Usually we go for the top 3 in a movie. And we're just kind of looking at the sets.
All right. My first one is going to be the little museum shop.
Okay.
I like just the way the back looked. It looked like something where... You ever watch Jackie Chan's Original Adventures or whatever? The cartoon show?
Yeah.
It kind of looked like the grandpa store.
It has that kind of vibe. I see that.
That's going to be my first one.
Okay. My first one is going to be, I don't know if it was like the Forbidden City or something, but this movie really seems like it kind of hit that note. But China, that's...
Oh, where the monk was?
Yeah, training over there. I thought that was kind of cool.
I would probably put that as my number 2. That's a good call. I didn't think of that set.
My number 2 is going to be their house, actually. That main kind of foyer entrance part, because...
That was actually my number 3, because that was a beautifully built house.
It really was.
That was an amazing looking house.
It looks so nice.
They're
Folks,
in New Zealand.
If you get a chance, look at this house, because... Like, wow, it's clean. But also, like, it could have made for some good fight scenes being nice, wide, and open, but we digress.
We did have one fight scene in there.
Yeah, so quick aside. Minor rant.
Best fight scene.
This really was the best fight scene. My problem with this whole fight scene was supposed to be quiet because Wendy Wu was sleeping on the couch.
Oh, no, it was not that.
And everyone's sleeping upstairs. So they're kind of doing like a little hush-hush fight. But instead of the movie playing up, hey, we're having a silent fight scene, we're just going to play music. Just loud music over the whole fight scene. And it really you're right that it wasn't silent at all. But like,
if people were doing
they were
that
clearly
around
trying
me,
to go for that vibe. Like, oh, we're so quiet that Wendy Wu, who's like right here, isn't waking up. But we're just blasting the most obnoxious music.
If I was Wendy, I'm waking up. And I'm probably like, what the is going on here?
You know, if she's not waking up, somebody's needed to check her pulse.
Yeah, there's all of that, like...
Throwing a couple goldfish.
Yeah, that was the best part. When you hear all of that, though, that is probably like... And you hear all those noises and stuff around me, I'm waking up. I'm going, what the...
So there's some aggressive breathing while I'm asleep, and it's not me.
And you're hearing just the sounds and the waves of people. Like, you could feel the air probably move from the way they're swinging and moving. Like,
and the whole time they're like hovering around her because one guy's trying to kill her.
I can't remember.
I don't think she had a blanket.
Yeah, see, without a blanket, I am definitely feeling that.
Yeah. And at the start of the fight scene, they're hovering right over her. One guy's trying to kill her, one guy's trying to protect her.
Oh, yeah. With the ball.
Yeah.
The magical ball.
And one guy's trying to protect her with the magical medallion.
Yep.
So my number 3 is actually going to be the museum.
Okay, so we're
in sync
on the same page again, just different chain or different places.
Yeah.
Different same sets, different places, different ranks.
All right. There's no music to go over in this one. Do you want to do costumes?
We can go into costumes. Costumes by RJ and Andrew.
All right.
First is the monk.
First
is the monk.
Okay. My number 1 is going to be the villain at the end when he's finally kind of...
Oh my gosh, no. He cannot be. When he's in the super armor?
When he's in the super armor.
No.
It was garbage. But you know what? That's my number 1.
I can make that out of some tin cans for you. No.
And you know what? That would be more effort than they put towards any of the other costumes.
This looks like it should have been an Iron Fist. Have you ever seen that movie, Iron Fist?
No.
It looks like it should be an Iron Fist.
And it's wonderful.
No, it's not. This is
It's
terrible.
garbage. It's
It
garbage,
is,
but it's
straight.
good garbage.
No, no.
It fits in with us. We're a family.
No.
Folks, I just witnessed RJ Soul leaving his body.
Okay. I get it that I'm great. A great disappointment. But I'm still great. Remember that.
All right. My number 2 is actually, it's the monk.
Well, yeah, he's got the best costume in this whole movie.
Yeah. All right.
You know what my number 2 is? Is the Terracotta Warriors.
Okay.
When they get possessed and actually fighting, because they actually look like the statues.
Okay.
So I roll with the Terracotta Warriors fighting.
Okay. That was going to be my number 3. I don't know think about that because there's really like no other costumes.
No, there is. I mean, let's just talk about this is probably a good portion of of our podcast here, where we can talk about how terrible the fashion is in this movie.
Oh, it's so incredibly dated, and even for that, it's bad.
I don't even remember.
It's gaudy.
Fashion. I don't even remember fashion like that.
No.
I don't remember anything like that.
But it's so dated because there's so many movies and TV shows from that time period with that same aesthetic.
I remember the blonde hair for boys. I remember the preppy look for boys. So I remember that. And so, yeah, sure, some of the boy stuff. I do not remember girls dressing up like that.
I might have seen a couple in real life, but yeah, no.
Nothing like
Most
that.
of my exposure to that was from TV and movies from that time period.
Not like that, though. I mean, the closest thing that we have to that is High School Musical.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's like Disney was trying to set this trend that you have to accessorize.
There's so much.
Accessories? I know. Like
She's wearing 2 necklaces at some point, and they're both just like big gaudy jewels.
and the hats in it. And I'm just, no. This is not my number 3, by the way. This is just, I have to point this out. Like, please, whatever we have to do, let's never go back there. Let's go back to the 90s, sure, but let's never go back to the mid-2000s.
No.
Like,
Just also in like real life, let's not go back to the mid 2000s.
No, let's go back to the 90s.
Yeah.
I'm okay with 90s, but no.
90s. Hey, I'm wearing flannel almost every day.
I'm going to go to the store and buy 2 candy bars for $1. That's what I'm going to do. It's a whole lot better than now.
I'm going back to Blockbuster, discovering some new movies.
25 cents might actually get me a little further now. Or further back then.
That's true.
I could take $1
Renting
bill.
Nintendo games. By the way, the Terracotta Warriors, when the monk was fighting him, every time they were hit, do you know what they reminded me of? No, you don't. So, no, that's right. Put your headphones back on. So, every time they were... This guy. Okay. So when I say RJ is garbage, it is when he is difficult.
I don't know what he's talking about. I'm never difficult. I'm just great. I'm disappointing you.
So
But I'm still great.
every time that these guys were hit, they sounded like the little Thwomp King from Mario 64.
And
That took me straight back. It was like an exact soundbite.
they probably did steal it.
Here's a soundbite from Mario 64. Here's a soundbite from the movie.
Okay. You edited it in. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, so you don't have a number 3 costume is the monk, you said. For you.
No,
No,
that was
that's
my
number
number 2.
Number 3 is the Terracotta Warriors. So you're trying to think outside of that.
Yeah, I was trying to think outside of that. The only other thing I can think of is the other monk that briefly makes an appearance.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but if we're already hitting on a monk, no.
That's kind of my gist. So yeah, I'm going the mad villain with his stupid, clunky $5
No.
outfit,
No.
and
I can't do that. You know what? I'm gonna go with the dog who gets possessed. He has a great costume.
does that count?
I don't know. I'm gonna make it count.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to pull the folks on Instagram on this.
Okay, because there's no other costumes that I would like to rank in this movie. So, I mean, I could say one of the teachers and say, yeah, they look like a teacher and pull that line again. But you know what? No.
No, this dog didn't even look like a dog.
He looked like, you know what? If you can pick it up and kick it over a fence, it's not a dog. If it's bigger than its own poop, it's not a dog. Or if the poop is bigger than it.
I was going to say, you just wiped out like
all the dogs.
Yeah.
No, if the size of their poop is bigger than the dog itself, it's not a dog. That thing is not a dog.
All right.
That's like a little rat.
I mean, I can't say anything because my parents' dog looks about the same size. My parents' dog is absolutely a dog. It's more of a dog than my own dog, who's absent.
I don't know what to do with a little dog. I can't. I gotta have a big dog.
I love big dogs too, but
I gotta get a little lap going, maybe. Actually, no. My main goal is a corgi, which is kind of probably a smaller dog still, but
it's medium.
He's gonna be Mowgli, the best dog alive. Just wait. He's gonna be a little crapper. Just wait. He's gonna be the worst dog ever. I've talked him up for years. So we had sets. What about scenes?
I was thinking scenes.
Let's go into the scenic route. We're off to talk about scenes.
What's happening?
The magical
What is going
wizard
on?
of scenes.
I'm so confused. Everything.
All right. First scene, I'm gonna say, even though we just trashed on it, it was the silent fight. Just because that goldfish part was amazing. He caught 2 goldfish like that? Okay. Like, that guy has my respect.
I hate you because I am absolutely in sync with you on this pick. That silent fight, the best fight and scene in this whole movie.
Okay.
So many bad stunts, but some of the best stunts in this movie.
You can tell it was a lot more Jackie Chan fighting during that time period. I mean, compared to all of his other fights the monk has throughout this movie, that was a very Jackie Chan-esque fight, like a young Jackie Chan fight where something happens.
Also, the pushing of the chairs underneath the dining room table. One guy like kicks it partway under and it kicks out on the other guy's side. Very Jackie Chan.
I found it very, like that scene when I watched it, I was like, and the way he talks stuff, I was like, he's kind of like Jackie.
Yeah.
So, I'm surprised he didn't go further, actually. Scene number 2. What do you got?
Scene number 2. Did I write this one down? I don't think so.
I got one for you.
All right, go for it. Go nuts.
The training.
Okay.
When he brings up the medallion, once again, remind me of the Jackie Chan Adventures.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how they're going.
He throws that dart and it shatters that poor guy's teacup.
Yes. Or no, not that training.
Oh,
I'm talking about when he's training Wendy.
I thought we were in sync again because that opening training scene is my number 2.
Okay.
Over in China.
That was a cool scene, yes. But hear me out. In Jackie Chan Adventures, they had the medallions with those special pieces that would like power them up to do different things, correct? Or that's the whole premise of the show.
I'm guessing.
Yes.
I only saw the movie. And some of the show.
There was a movie for that cartoon?
I believe the movie came first, but yeah.
Oh my god. No, it did not. No. Because there's Jade. And Jade came... No. Jade would have been the introduction. Anyways. Those... the monk brings out these little pieces to teach Wendy Wu how to fight. And he possesses all these teachers during this scene. And then they are training and fighting. And there's specifically one part where they are kicking soccer balls. And he's like, slow it down with your mind. And all of a sudden... Or he said speed is irrelevant or something like that. And all of a sudden, she can move really fast and block everything and see everything.
God, that speed effect was hot garbage.
These were the same effects as Power Rangers. Like, if you wanted to watch the same effects, here we are, Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
This is exactly the same. The bad guy could have been a Power Ranger villain if you put some more monstery stuff on him.
It would have been cool to see some more monstery stuff. By the way, quick aside. You are right. Jackie Chan Adventures did come first. It's 2000 is when it started. The Medallion was 2003, which was the movie version.
Are you talking about the real life, the Medallion, the live action? That is not. Those two are not the same.
They are exactly the same, man.
No, you are thinking of the wrong thing. You went far left, my guy.
No.
I'm staying in the cartoon realm. There's no Toru in the Medallion.
So?
There's no, you know why I fight it out. There's none of that.
Well, so? They're
Get
just
out of here.
No, they're just trying to... It's the same premise, though.
No, it's not.
Medallions give you little superpowers.
Nope.
It's even the same looking medallion on the cover.
No.
Little dragon medallion?
Jackie Chan Adventures is closer to Dragon Ball than you are to Medallion. Medallion and
You
Jackie
know
Chan
what?
Adventures.
You know what?
You're closer to Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior with this than I am.
I hard disagree.
Well,
I just think that maybe they couldn't find actors and just kept it on the straight and straight. Like, hey, let's just have Jackie Chan and some chick running around instead of...
Don't get me wrong. I enjoy the Medallion. But you are wrong.
You know what? No. You are wrong.
I am right.
You can see yourself out.
Deuces.
All right. Shoot. So I picked my number 2, which was the training scene over in China.
Mine was the training scene in America.
My number 3, I'm just going to go with the final fight scene when the monk is fighting off the terracotta warriors.
I love at the end, too, where the grandma's like, you have to wear our grandmother's robe. And it's just like, why do you have to wear the robe?
Right?
Just
so gross.
She magically appears, too, out of nowhere to watch this fight. It's like she was up at, like, somewhere up top or something.
They mentioned at some point earlier that she's like, oh, she's failed before in her previous life or something like that. And it's like, but they don't go into that at all.
No, she almost failed.
Oh, she almost failed.
They said she almost failed.
Oh, I spaced out.
Or no, did she fail in one? I can't remember.
I thought they said that she failed.
No, she almost failed, I think. I think it was her great-great-grandmother.
So how did she almost fail? Because we're talking here is like, was she a monk at some point who failed to protect her version of the warrior princess, Xena?
No. It was because the monk always died.
Right.
So it was...
But grandma's alive. So did she fail?
No, it was the grandmother before that. So I think it was her great-great-grandma.
That almost failed.
Yes. So I think it's the grandma's grandma.
That's who they were talking about when they said...
I think so.
Because I got the gist that they were talking about the grandma right there.
No, I think it was a different grandma.
Because this grandma was in the know about everything in this movie.
Yes.
She was walking up on the roof to take care of the monk guy, putting a blanket on him and stuff like that.
I think the grandma probably... They were probably more open to it back in the day. And I'm suggesting in this movie that they were probably like, yeah, my mom fought this person to put him away in this magic ball and like a Pokemon. Gotta catch all the evil. Catch it all. And that's what we did. But that's what I'm going to assume. And they probably just spoke about it more compared to nowadays. Or
I choose you, Wendy Wu.
Well, I'm pretty sure when they say... Grandma's like, oh yeah, my grandma caught evil in a magic ball. They're like, okay, grandma has dementia now. Time to put her in a home.
Yeah, I feel like they were talking about the grandma had failed. And so my question was there grandma either a reincarnation of another warrior princess? Was she the warrior princess? Or is she a monk that failed and she didn't die?
It's the warrior princess. It's always the warrior princess. I think the monk is the same. It's always the warrior.
Okay, so it was a great grandma who failed.
Yeah, I think it's Winnie Wu's bloodline is always the princess side.
Okay.
Or the homecoming warrior. I guess.
I like how they're like, they make a big deal about like a homecoming, and she's like, oh, it's not happening tomorrow, is it?
Yeah, for the fight.
Yeah, and
she's about to bail out.
She doesn't even
saving the world.
She doesn't even check in on the monk Shen, and she knows that like, oh, today's the day he's going to die, and she's just like
other monks to come and talk to her about it.
Yeah, and she's just like, I'm going to look pretty, and go to my homecoming and get my award, I think that maybe she might have been, what is it, the deutero agonist of the movie, the kind of antagonist secondary.
So I saw her as I'm gonna give you a little flashback rewind here.
Oh, okay.
As B.
Yeah, absolutely. She
Little
got that
SB.
vibe.
Little SB action. For those who don't know, that stands for spoiled brat.
Yeah, she was a princess in the worst sense in this movie.
No, she was a princess.
I mean,
Princess.
she was.
So scenes, my third. I think my third is when the monk is chasing them in the car.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to him when he steals a little bike scooter thing, and chases him down.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my third scene.
Scooter bike is. Okay. Did I list all my three too?
Yes.
Okay. I'm a little out of it.
You know, I think another scene, just as an honorable mention, when he's walking around the party or walking around the school saying, like, "Where's the medallion? Where's the medallion? Where's the medallion?"
I was gonna say that's absolutely honorable mention when he goes into the girls' bathroom, completely off camera.
No evil here.
And all you hear like a minute and a half later while Princess is talking to her dumb boyfriend, and you just hear screaming and girls pouring out into the background, and he just wanders into frame. He's like, all clear, no evil there, toilet is ready for use.
Yes. Yes.
It was beautiful. All right, do you want to cover any other topics, or
I think we've covered them. We're down to the final parts. Final thoughts of this whole thing. I think let's tie a nice little bow on it.
I would give it.
Would you watch this or Zombies 3?
No question. This.
Wow. Okay.
No question. This. This over all of Zombies.
Okay.
I felt like this was bad. The main character is not somebody I was really rooting for. She was kind of a jerk and dismissive for half the movie. The runtime drags hard during the first half. It's an hour and a half, pretty tight. Like literally, it's like 90 minutes. It's an hour and a half tight, but it feels longer than that. Especially during the first half, but this was more fun and more enjoyable to watch as a stupid movie than Zombies, I feel. Like the fight scenes were garbage, but they were fun. Like I was laughing at them.
They were over the top garbage.
Oh, I wouldn't even say they were over the top. They were pretty tame, but like they're fun. Okay, so for people out there, quick shout for I don't know, something maybe a little bit more over the top. If you like kung fu movies, check out The Kick from 2011 or 12, somewhere around there.
What about Kung Pao?
Kung Pao's good, but watch The Kick. A totally different type of martial arts fighting. It's basically like a song and dance. It's pretty great.
Forbidden Kingdom?
That's a good one. Drunken Master is also good. Classic.
Hidden Dragon Catch Tiger?
Enter the Dragon.
Okay, that's more, I was talking about over the top kung fu.
Yeah.
With wires and that sort of thing.
But anyways, I just want to give that a shout out. But yeah, no, I just felt like this brought a little bit more to the table, laughter, enjoyment wise, than Zombies did. I'd probably give this, I don't know, let's give this 6 point.
Okay. Let's look at Descendants. Let's go to Descendants rankings. Would you rank this Descendants 2 style?
Descendants 2, the best movie in the world.
Octopus vs. Dragon or this?
I'm going to go... I'm going to go with this by a hair.
Oh, okay.
It's close.
So I take it 3's better. 3. Oh, you'd rather watch Descendants 3?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, I'd rather watch all the Descendants over this.
Really?
Yeah, in a heartbeat. There's no doubt in my mind. Yes, I'm watching all the Descendants over this.
Okay. You've got more of a connection with the whole Disney world. like characters and
I would say so. Yeah, I would. Yeah, no, I would put
so that, I mean,
Descendants. I'd probably put maybe High School Musical even.
you would watch High School Musical over this?
I might.
Huh. All right.
The beats, the songs.
This kind of hit a little bit better for me.
This just had too much drag and drive for me.
That first half was brutal.
I mean, I'm one of those movies that I like to be suckered into it. I like get going.
But what about that montage scene where they're in the mall and the monk's trying on all the outfits? That doesn't even do it?
No, not even close. No, the saving grace of this movie is the monk's humor. And some of the other stupid humor in this movie, but the monk's humor is the saving grace of this movie.
He's easily the best part of this movie. But
if he's not in it, there's no draw to it.
I think that depends. But I don't know. I would rate this above High School Musical and maybe about halfway through Descendants. Frankly, like Descendants hit me on a different day. Maybe I'll pick Descendants too.
Not much Descendants. The Disney tie to those characters are just too much for me.
Any other final thoughts on this movie?
I would say I don't even know. I don't want to recommend watching it. I don't even know if I want to not recommend watching it. It's kind of one of those weird limbo areas.
I definitely wouldn't recommend watching it unless you've got like a kid. I could see, like, it's something that you could throw in front of a kid. I would say that Descendants is going to hit better for kids though.
Just don't make them eat mooncakes for 100 years.
Don't do that. That's gross. All right. Any shout outs or anything?
I got nothing tonight. I am blanked tonight.
Oh, you're tapped.
Yeah.
Oh, eat some mangoes.
That's going to fix it.
Oh, man. You don't watch Seinfeld. All right. Yeah. Shout out to our friends over at the Play No Games podcast. Go ahead and check them out. They're on Instagram at lookherefri, lookhere.fri, or I think Brace Yourself might be coming back. I don't know. He hasn't.
It's in the works from what I've overheard.
That's what I've heard too. So
there's something there.
Hey, AJ, we'd love to hear what you got out there.
If you like the food, if you want some good food, healthy vibes, I believe that there is an Instagram page still, Brace Yourself Oregon. Go ahead and take a look there.
Yeah. Until next time, if you have any
movies that you'd like us to review, I think my guy was trying to say over there.
Yes.
Please shoot us a message. We'd love to hear them. And then go ahead and yell at Mr. Bob before I go to Disneyland to make sure I get my free Blue Bouncy Bayou. Yes, it is one of those nights. Those free Blue Bouncy Bayou and that free Goofy's Kitchen. Go ahead and shout him out. He's Mr. Bob Chopek, Disneyland. He is our number one enemy of this show as of right now.
Mortal Kombat.
Dude, if they had Mortal Kombat, me and him, it's over.
Shoot us a message on Instagram at the Backseat Critics, all one word, or send us email at thebackseatcritics@gmail.com, and be sure to rate us and share us if you liked us. Thanks, and see you again next time.
We out. Whoa. The smart house.